dropping in with a question for you. Have you ever caught yourself saying, well, I'm just being realistic, I'm just being practical about it? I want to put to you today that sometimes, not every time, saying that can mean that you are not fully backing yourself. How do I know this? Because I've been there and I've done it, right? What I want to say to you is that from an energetic point of view, you don't even have to go down the road of manifestation and all of that jazz. But from an energetic point of view, if you are in business for yourself, particularly if you're a coach, a healer, a therapist, a counselor, a mentor, and you're helping other people develop, grow, and change, and all of that, if you're wanting to step up, do something bigger, go for it in a really big way, and you find yourself saying the words, well, I'm just being realistic. I put it to you that there may well be an element in there of fear, because what that tells the universe, if you're translating it just down to frequency, is I don't 100% believe this is going to work, therefore I have to have a plan B. Ask me how I know about this, right? I've done this for a very, very long time. And sometimes I still do because I'm human, right? And there's a lot of things that live behind that statement, that live behind that intention to go bigger, to show up, to do the thing, to speak on the stage, to write for a magazine, to whatever it is. It could be fear of something happening again, like being embarrassed or humiliated or abandoned, or it could be anything, but likely it won't have been pleasant. Something's happened in the past. And because the emotional brain confuses similar for same, it's looking at this thing you want to do and it's going, yeah, I really want to do it. Yeah, my conscious mind wants to do it. Yeah, of course I'd love to be a millionaire. Yeah, of course I'd love to have a 50K launch. But why don't I just do this over here, either instead or as well as, just in case? I'm just being realistic. You know, all the best, everybody needs healers, need healers, practitioners need practitioners, coaches need coaches, mentors need mentors. And my mentor is rightly working with me around this and a certain something in my life right now, because we all hit a new level, right? And when you want to go really big, believe me, there are things that get in your way that make you pull back and shrink and not say the thing you want to say, not go for it full out, full out. And when we go into the calling next week, if you haven't heard, we're running a 5-day immersive experience. It's not 5 full days; it's 5 1-hour sessions next week in a private little face group. It's just 45 quid because it's kind of a taster of me and what I do, but it's going to be really powerful for you if you're finding yourself in this position where you've got a yearning, you know that you can make a massive impact on a lot of people. You've either got the skills, the passion, the vision, all of that combined. You've got a drive to do something different, to break a cycle, to change the way things are done, to buck tradition, whatever it is. Everybody carries something magical and unique inside of them. Everyone. I don't care who you are. And when you're in a position of helping others, excuse me, we all need a leader. We all need somebody to make us step up. And I don't mean force us to, because nobody can. But if you were given a space where somebody could understand and work with the energy that you're currently at today and accepting everything you feel today, all the fears, all the doubts, all the wounds, all the things that are stopping you from going, oh, now let's just do it. Yes, I'm all in. Not, I'm just being sensible, or I'm just being practical, or I'm just being whatever, right? Because that little sentence and the energy behind that will just cut everything off. Because in that statement, I'm just being sensible, or I'm just being pragmatic, I'm just being whatever it is I said in the title of this, I'm just being sensible about it. So I'll have an option B over here. It completely changes the frequency behind it to one of, I'm not all in, I'm not 100%. And when that comes to leading other people and getting that mission that's inside of you and that magic that people deserve to work with, what that translates to is not enough people finding you, your message getting diluted. People maybe don't understand what you're saying because you're not saying it clearly enough. You're not putting your flag in the sand and being like, dude, I can help you with this. Stop suffering on your own. Come and work with me. Here's the options, right? It's really, really sad and really frustrating. And I don't mean that in a patronizing way. It's sad how many people who are helpers and healers and coaches and mentors who are just staying at that level, right? There's more to us. There's more to us. We can play a bigger game. And right now, I'm not being funny, but in this world, stage, politics, finances, everything being as it is across the world stage, there are people out there who need you now more than ever, whether that's dealing with past facing traumatic stuff or whether that's dealing with present fear gripped stuff or whether that's dealing with future facing, I want to make a massive change in the world stuff. That's where I'm working. I want to hear from those of you who have a huge mission, or at least you think you do inside yourself, but there's that little voice in the back of your head going, who are you to be talking about this? Who's going to listen to what you've got to say? Or won't they think you're arrogant if you start talking like that? I want to talk to you guys because the calling next week is aimed at you. In the most beautiful, loving containers, I'm going to help you regulate your nervous system so that you feel safe to even entertain the idea of stepping up in that bigger way, right? We're going to start, I can't promise I'll do it all in one session because that's unrealistic, but I'm going to start you off on the path to integrating the wounds, the invisible wounds that sit behind all of those reasons that you say, I'm just being sensible, I'm just being practical and having a plan B, right? And diluting your frequency and your message and the power behind it. We're going to shift your identity so that you can see the magic inside of yourself way more clearly than you ever have and see that leadership side of yourself. And then we're going to expand what I call your impact ripple. You might well find that if you're already in business, that after that session, particularly, so that's day 4, and those 4 days working consecutively together or layered upon each other, that you might get some new clients or some money might land in your bank account, because when you start activating that frequency of, I know there's people out there who will benefit from what I've got and who can work with me and who literally need what I've got to offer right now. And like you know, when you say it, it feels viscerally true in your body. You feel it, it lands. All right. When you do this work, that's what's going to happen. So you may well, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but you may well find that people reach out to you because they have felt like, that's my lunch bowl. They have felt that ripple outwards of this new higher frequency. And that's not to say that the old frequency was wrong. There is nothing wrong with it. It's all in perfect timing. And you can maybe take another 5 years taking courses or working with in different ways, bit parting things together, or you can attack it at the root level in a loving, gentle way, in a very, very safe, secure container. And then on the Friday, we're going to do some residual ultimate healing cocoon work around any residual doubts, questions that you may have, and really shift you into that higher gear. If you upgrade to the VIP level, oh my goodness, there's an extra 2 calls in that, and all of the scripts and the transcriptions of everything that we've done. It's going to be super powerful. So I would just ask this of you. If you are that coach, that healer, that mentor, and you yearn to play a bigger game on the world stage in terms of, that more people could benefit from what you can bring to the world, I want to see you in the calling next week. It's 1 o'clock till 2 o'clock GMT every day, Monday to Friday. But don't worry, because if you can't get on the live, the replays will be just as powerful and you'll have them for life for 45 quid. I'm not kidding when I say some people get such colossal shifts in 1 or 2 sessions with me that their entire trajectory changes because of the energy work that we do. And that's what I teach my practitioners to do with their clients as well. So for 45 quid, you're getting the equivalent of potentially 5 sessions with me to activate your next level leadership so you can start building that legacy, start getting that mission out there, start being bolder and braver and making focused all-in choices that do not contain a plan B. It's okay I will caveat this and say it's all right having a plan B, financially, having a backdrop, all of that stuff. Be sensible about it. What I'm saying is, if the frequency behind, well, I'm just being sensible, is I don't really believe that it's going to work, then there's no point. You need to go all in on that frequency of, I'm backing myself here. right? And I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to anybody else on that one. All right. So if you are interested, 45 quid, an hour every day next week, or on replays for life, or the VIP version with another 2 calls on top of that, where I'm going to help you map out your legacy and all sorts of other secret surprise things that I'm going to be seeding throughout next week. You want to be in on this. Drop a heart below wherever you're seeing this video. And I cannot wait to welcome you in to the private Facebook group. Let's get going.